Hello, BookTube. I'm back with 4 more newish books. I've tried to skew them a little bit closer to their publication dates so that, you might have a chance to remember them if you see them in a bookstore or a library. The first one is this. It's a finished copy of a new biography of Dante by Marco Santagata, and it's translated by Richard Dixon. I read this. It's a lovely thing, isn't it? I read this in ARC months ago, and it struck me as good, but a little dutiful. So I'm looking forward to rereading it. That's exactly why I reread things, to test my first impressions. The next one is King Maybe, a new Hollywood tough guy murder mystery by Timothy Hallinan, starring a character named Junior Bender, who's a crook and a burglar and all around no good. I was turned on to this series by one of my colleagues at Open Letters Monthly, Irma Heldman, our redoubtable mystery columnist. And she was right, as she usually is. These are page-turning gems. I want to read you just a bit so you get a taste of it. This is this particular novel opens with Junior Bender burglarizing a house in order to steal a precious stamp. And he tells us in his narration that stealing stamps is easy, difficult, and stupid. And on the stupid side, he writes, valuable stamps are essentially mistakes. Stamp collectors are the only people, except maybe coin collectors, who shell out millions for screw-ups. Someone who collects paintings or first editions is subscribing to the best of people working on tiptoe. And the lucky burglar through whose hands such objects pass is getting a little whiff of genius. A collector who lusts for upside-down airplanes or typographical errors or missing colors is amassing the work of people on their worst days. What a burglar gets from handling these things is a whiff of the desperation felt by someone who's just about to lose his job. I read this in ARC. Of course, I'm going to reread it, but it's things go wrong for Junior Bender right from the beginning and just keep going wrong all the way, almost to the very last page. It's a delight. And speaking of delight, there's this, The Bastards of PC Falconi, by Maurizio De Giovanni. This is translated from the Italian by Anthony Sugar. It's a series of murder mysteries set in contemporary Naples by the author of a series of murder mysteries set in World War II era Naples, starring Commissario Ricciardi. And though this author is well worth your time to find, and those books are, I just can't sing their praises high enough. This series is very different. It's less melancholy, it's less brooding, it's a lot more fun, and every bit is thrilling. Just this author has no fat on his narratives at all, and it comes blurbed. The New York Times says reading a novel by Maurizio De Giovanni is like stepping into a Vittorio De Sica movie. I guess that's supposed to be praise. Maybe the author has never seen such a movie. I have. I have my teeth drilled. Let's see here. Publishers Weekly says Maurizio De Giovanni's distinct brands of noir will appeal to Agatha Christie and Manuel Vázquez Montalbán fans. That's high praise and well-deserved. And there's also a blurb from a little outfit called Open Letters Monthly. De Giovanni is a masterful plotter and subplotter. It's a joy to ease into his complete command of his craft. In this isolated instance, that was not Irma, but yours truly. And the last thing, Burn Math Class by a guy named Jason Wilkes, whose author photo makes him look to be about 20, and who insists in his book that we have all been mistaught math. That imagine a world in which music had been drilled into you as a horrible, boring subject, and how unfair that would be, how much you'd be missing. He says that mathematics has been stolen from us, and it's time we take it back. And at one point he writes, unless I have failed miserably, we'll have a lot of fun along the way. And he has failed miserably. You will not have a lot of fun along the way, and part of the reason is because you will be encountering, let's see if I can find, you will be encountering things like that on a fairly regular basis. You're not missing anything. But the author's a heck of a writer. I was never tempted to stop reading this book, even though his premise is ridiculously faulty. And that's it.